G'day guys, welcome back. Today what we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at another inheritance, variation, evolution topic. Why not? Because it's a good bit of fun. And we're going to be looking at DNA. Now a lot of you know the word DNA, you know it's in our body, you know that we inherit it from our parents, you know these little things about it. But what I want you to be able to do today is know the structure, be able to use some key buzzwords that we need to know to describe the structure of DNA. So let's do it. DNA. Inside the nucleus, what DNA actually stands for is this fun word right here, deoxyribonucleic acid. All right, and by all means, take that home and explain what it is to your parents. So DNA is actually deoxyribonucleic acid, and you know the structure here, and you've probably seen images like this either in science or just in pop culture and the media, right? This is what is inside your nucleus, and it is what this twisted ladder type structure, it sort of twists around itself just like that with these rungs in the middle, right? And this, because, you know, we're scientists and we like to sound a bit fancy, is what we call a double helix. So this twisted ladder structure is a double helix, and you will be expected, if they ask you to describe the structure of DNA, it is a double helix, right? Just tick that box, because double helix is how we make ourselves sound fancy. All right, so what is DNA made up of? Okay, just like we showed you before, there's sort of these backbone that kind of goes down here, these two strands that are kind of wound together, and this backbone is actually, you don't need to know what it's made up of, but it's made of sugar, and then what you've got, and phosphate, and you've got these rungs of these ladder just down here, these parts that join those two backbones together. These rungs of the ladder are the parts that are different between person to person, right? So my rungs are different from your rungs, which is why we get variation. The sole difference between us and why we are so unique and different hair color, eye color, personalities, all that, is because you see these rungs are different between us, and because they're different between us, we get different proteins and we get different traits, and that is where variation comes from, which is quite the exciting thing about DNA. All right, so this is the last one that I kind of want to show you just here. So if we had a small section of this particular DNA, right, it would code for a particular protein, right? That section would code for a protein that maybe gives you stunning red hair or something like that, okay? That particular protein and that section of DNA which codes for that protein, we call a gene, all right? So a gene is a section of DNA that you see there that codes for a particular protein, as I said, such as hair color, right? All right, and that's DNA. DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, it's a twisted ladder or a double helix structure. Small sections of it code for particular proteins, and we call those genes. All right, thanks guys, have a good one.